As I told you guys before, I always have the best guests on my program. And I'm here with one of the guys from the Image Revolution. I'm talking about the one and only Koi Turnbull. How you doing, man?
How you doing, bro?
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for spending time with me and my audience. So, I know about you, but my audience members, they don't know anything about you. Please just tell a little bit about your story. How did you get started with comics?
All right, well, first off, I started reading comics when I was like 8 years old. My mom basically tried to keep me out of trouble and would basically buy a bunch of comics in order to get me to sit down and just read. But I ended up doing more than just that. I ended up drawing the stuff. And I ended up liking it so much that I just continued doing it, asking a lot of questions from professionals that, after a certain amount of time. And then eventually, I started working in it. My first book that I started working on was What If Kazar, I think it was What If the Savage Land, or What If New York had stayed the Savage Land, which was, I believe, was What If number 72 or something like that.
So what was it like for you to work in your very first Image book?
All right, well, I guess you really mean Aspen, right? Because, yeah. So the Aspen stuff was like, first off, it was my first real book, I would say. So in other words, the first book where I actually got to create every single design of the backgrounds, which to me that was the whole Fathom world. Then it was creating new characters that basically had to all look like they were from underwater, wearing coral or wearing these underwater apparel that basically you could never see in the real world. So that was fun, but I think working with Mike Turner was even funner though, because it was basically like learning from a master. Yeah, exactly. How to actually draw a comic book, and not only just draw a comic, but also make it look the best. Because a lot of Aspen Comics work, it had a lot of really high quality production. So as a penciler, you wanted to live up to that. Plus, they had great coloring. So it's like, basically, it was an opportunity to make your work look really good at such an early time in my career.
Nice, nice. So what are you working on currently right now as we speak?
All right, so as we speak, I'm working on my own personal project. It's called Soul Retriever, which is actually...
do you have a little sample for everybody?
Yeah, I actually have like
your own personal comic book, or it's more like an art book?
Well, for the moment, I have art books that's up here for sale, but the main character that I'm working on that I have pages done, but I just don't have them here to present, is Soul Retriever, which is basically a story about... one family who basically takes a trek across an entire universe to planet Earth, only to realize that, they've been living in this world for like, I don't know, two millennia, to realize that they're not even from this planet because they forgot where they come from. Now they're actually, because of one lady's, she ends up dying. All this, when she's in the, it's a lot to explain, but.
All right, we have faith in you, my brother. All right, we don't want him to give away the story, but he has his own book coming out, people. Make sure to buy a copy when it drops.
Check me out on Instagram at KoiTurnbullArt.com, or Koi Turnbull Art, but also check me out at KoiTurnbull.com.
All right, well, you heard what the man said, because he doesn't want to talk anymore, because if he talks some more, he's going to give away the story. Koi, thank you so much for your time. Keep kicking ass and taking notes.
Thanks a lot, bro. Thanks a lot.
All right.